So it's Sunday the 10th of September, and we have got on Bricklink 16 orders currently, and they're all a number of fairly modest ones. One of the things that I mentioned I've been trialing this month is having a no minimum fee, and I can see immediately in this list that there are a number of orders with one item in, which means that they're below my previous £1 minimum. So had I not removed the minimum, I would either have not seen these orders because they'd have gone elsewhere, or potentially the order value would have been higher because they'd have had to spend £1 or more to get the item that they wanted. I'm going to continue to trial that over the month and see whether I think it's worthwhile doing, worthwhile in regards to the effort to pick and pack, the one item, and whether there's any actual profit in it, which is what the game is actually all about, of course. There's one large order in here, and one order for 176 lots, which is going to take a little bit of picking, and I very much doubt whether I'll be ready to get that one out first thing in the morning. It will go tomorrow, but we'll probably have to go later on via the post office. Now on Brick Owl, there's 11 orders, and mostly modest numbers in there. There's a 39, 33, 20, but nothing super high, and nothing certainly as high as the 176 slot order that we've got there on Bricklink. And now when people talk about sometimes they talk about the ratio between Bricklink, Brick Owl. So far, been away a few days, 16 on Bricklink and 11 on Brick Owl is not too bad a ratio between the two, really. Now numbers could be down because I did have a message on my store for a couple of days advising people that I was away and not able to ship till Monday, so they may have decided not to order and not able to wait for that delayed postage, so that may have impacted me a little bit. On eBay, we've got 5 orders to go out on eBay, and I have already picked a couple of just the very small orders, so I will show you this, and I'm trying to be a bit more discreet with addresses, particularly on the eBay stuff, so hopefully this is better when showing these orders. But we've got a Minecraft creeper going out, a Mickey Mouse figure, a Enderman figure. Then we've got a non-Lego item. We listed this many months ago, you might remember from previous vlogs, and this I ended up taking an offer for $3.95, which I think is ridiculously cheap for these things, but I guess they're very old games and they really don't seem to retain very much value. We've got an Indiana Jones figure going out, and then we're into the typically sort of one piece orders. Now I've just realised that there's one order in this row here that I've not picked yet. Here we've got 2 pearl dark grey Bionicle chest pieces. We've got a blue anchor. We've got 14 of these sets of legs going out. Some pearl gold ones. And then over here, a black Technic plate, a trash can in light bluish grey, and then some tiles and some animals there. So you see, these are the kind of orders that we're getting for the single item orders, and there was a couple over here as well, the wands, the anchor, etc. So just to give you guys an indication of the things you can expect if you're going to have a no minimum value on your orders. So as I said, we'll continue to see how that progresses. So I'm going to get these packed up and get on with the next batch. It's now Monday morning, but we've just picked the second batch of orders that are going out today, so let's have a quick look. at those. An order going out to France here for some parts. This is an order for some of the Arctic foxes, which are made up of these little pieces. Those are from Minecraft. And then a bunch of parts as well. And then we're getting into some minifigure parts going out. More there. I've got a used base plate and some bits and pieces. And these are all, again, the smaller side of the orders that have come in over recent days. This one I think is going off to Australia, a bunch of Harry Potter minifigures. And sorry, no, that's not going off to Australia, that's going to the UK. I think this is going to Australia, these swords here, and this one is going off to the US. So as always, we're going to get these packed up, ready to join the post that is from the first batch, and we'll move on to the third and bigger batch, and I'm not sure if that's going to be the last one either. Here's the next batch of orders. I'm gonna have to stop here so that I can get to the post office, and I think I've got 4 or 5 still to do, so I'll get them in a post box later. We've got 100 of these profile bricks going out and a few other bits and pieces, some bionicle type bits and plants and things, and then we've got mixes of various parts, minifigure parts as well. Nothing super exciting, but we're going to get those packed up and added to the pile and get off to the post office. Here's the final 4 orders for today. These are the larger orders that came in, and they're all parts orders. This one is I think about 79 lots, and more orders here. And the biggest one of the day is this one, which was 170 something lots or other, including a base plate here. And I'm gonna get these ones packed up and drop them at the post box outside the depot, which is one of those drop boxes, so you can drop really you know, large boxes in there, etc. So I'll do that while I go and pick the grandkids up from school, and then I can crack on finally with something else. And I'm not sure what that's going to be. I have got some parted out sets here to put away. There's 3 of these sets, which I will try and, if not put away today, I might save it till in the morning. Lots of other stuff that I can tinker with. I always feel on a Monday that I after a hard day on my feet, that I deserve a couple of hours of doing something at the desk, but we'll see. Got this large bag of parts to get off my desk as well, which won't take 2 minutes to do because they'll just be a quick count on the scales. It's more a case of finding somewhere for them to go. I've just finished uploading these 3 sets of 7.5 333, which is Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter. A couple of nice minifigs in that lot. And that came to 849 items in 122 lots. And if I look over here, that's brought a new lot count of 13,273, and it added 56 new lots. Now I've got a bunch more stuff coming this week. Just managed to arrange to buy some stuff off a guy I use regularly, and he's sending me 4 different sets in various quantities. We managed to hammer out a decent price for them, and hopefully they'll be in the next day or 2, and we'll get those added to the store as well. Here we go with Tuesday's orders, and we've actually, as I've said that, we've just got another order come in, but we'll have to get to that one later. A couple of things on eBay. We've got this autumn minifigure. It's actually surprisingly popular. I didn't think this would be, but this is the one that's sort of disabled with an amputated arm, which is a bit unusual, but I guess they're going for the, sort of all-inclusive, including people with disabilities, etc., within the Lego range now. So I've been surprised how popular that is. And then we've got the Snow Villager, and then we've got a bunch of parts orders. I've really gone through lots of the profile bricks lately, so I might have to stock up on more of those. We've got some hoses going out. This is another of those less than £1 orders, and this is the lowest one I've had. This is 6p to send. Now I've sort of had a quick look, and I'm still making some money on the fees, etc., but it's not worth it, to be honest. So that's going to be an interesting assessment later in the month as to whether I keep doing those or not. More parts going out there. Then this order's a real mix, lots of parts, some Ninjago minifigures, the Batman poly bag, and a nice little order going out on Bricqer. And then it's funny, this is some Bionicle things, but what's funny about it is these chest panels had 4 in stock for ages, and I've sold all of them this week. So it's weird how you sell some and then you sell more, even though you've had the parts around forever. So always really sort of intrigues me that. For those of you running a Brickowl store as well as a Bricklink one, you will need to sync your inventory across both platforms. And as a way to help people out, I created a blog post on my website back in 9th of August 2022 to go through the various options. And in the article I talk about BrickSync, which is the free option. I talk about Brick Freedom, which is my preferred option currently. Talk about the picking list that provides, etc. And we also talk about Brickpacker, which is another solution. Now, on the back of this, I was contacted by the company that run Bricqer. Now, Bricqer is, I believe, created in the Netherlands and operated out of the Netherlands, and has been around for quite a while. And one of the reasons, I was aware of this when I created my article, but one of the reasons that I didn't include it was because of its sort of broad tool set, which took it really outside of the realms of just being a syncing platform. Now, I gave some feedback to the people at Bricqer, and they have recently been in touch. Just yesterday sent me an email to follow up to say that they'd actioned some of my feedback, which was to generate some video content explaining the tool in greater depth and greater detail, and to give people who are looking at the website a better insight into what the tool can do. Now, they also say that they have now added things like eBay integration. There's WooCommerce integration as well. So they do sync with more platforms than other tools might do. And I have to say that the video content that I've checked so far, I've only watched 1 or 2 so far, is really good content. If we go to launch one of the videos and press play, you'll see that they're really good quality videos. So I think for anyone interested, it's worth checking out all of the videos there. I think it's only worthwhile, or not only worthwhile, but I think one of the main drivers for someone who's going to want to use this is someone who's going to be running their own website, maybe selling through their own website or selling through eBay, because it does come with a bit of a hefty price, which is the main thing that has put me off in the past, if I'm honest. So currently I'm using Brick Freedom, and Brick Freedom has a 1% fee, which goes across all sales, whereas Bricqer is a 3.5% fee, which is quite a large fee. And more importantly, there's a minimum of €50. So if you're a small store and you're not hitting a €50 threshold, then you're going to have to pay €50 to be running the platform anyway. So I think this is probably a tool that is only really appealing to the largest of stores, and those stores that want to be on eBay, Bricklink, Bricqer, through their own selling platform, etc. But it's an intriguing proposition, and I'm going to be looking through more of the videos. I'm not sure that I need a lot of the tools that it provides, but I'll reserve judgment until I check through and know a bit more about the tool. But might be worth you guys having a little look and checking it out. It's now Tuesday the 12th of September at just after 11 o'clock, 9 minutes past 11 to be precise, and I've got an empty brick store file open here, and I'm going to set myself a little challenge. I'm going to get as many parts listed as I can today, and I'm going to aim for a minimum of 5,000 parts. So I'll check back later on and let you know whether I've actually achieved my goal. So I'm just back from getting some lunch. It is now almost 10 past 1, and we have got, let's just have a look, we've got 1,569 items so far. So we're doing okay. We're getting on towards that 5,000, but a long way to go just yet. So let's see whether I can make it or not. Only 35 lots so far in that 1,500. So I'm going to be pressing on and seeing what else we can get listed. Now I'm working primarily out of this box, so we've got lots of parts in here. I think I showed this last week, but they all need pulling out, counting, consolidating, or finding new storage for them, which tends to be the biggest issue of all. When there's bulk, you know, there's not too many places to put large quantities of parts at the moment, at least not used parts. So we'll see what we've got, and we'll get it added, and we'll come back and give you an update in a little while. It's now 16:21. We've had a few breaks this afternoon while we picked up the grandkids, etc. But as you can see, we've now hit 5,666 items in 108 lots. So I'm really pleased with that. 5,000 with the target, and we've exceeded that. And with the price adjusted, we're at £216 worth of upload. Now, a lot of these were lots that were already in the store. I'll get them uploaded, and I'll let you know how many new lots we added. We've uploaded the file, and we increased our lot count by 47. So that was 47 from 108 lots. So not bad at all, to be honest. and that's give us a new inventory count of 722,677 and a lot count of 13,295. So quite happy with that day's work. Gonna head off a little early today because I'm gonna do a little bit of prep ready for the Apple event tonight. Do a bit of research on iPhones and things in particular, and we'll see what they announce and whether it's tempting us or not. Here's a quick look at today's orders. It's Wednesday the 13th, and a quick look before we get them off to the post office. We've got a Batman polybag going out on eBay, an order going off to Australia here, and then one to the US. We've got a few international today actually. Australia, US, over there we've got one going to Israel, and then a few others. This one's only going to Blackpool. And this one is an order from a follower of the channel, and he said that he'd placed this with me specifically to support the channel, etc. So that was really appreciated. And then here we've got a set of Pirates instructions going out with a couple of other pieces as well. So as always, we get these packed up, and we're gonna get back and probably continue with what I was doing yesterday, but I'm expecting some deliveries this morning which might change those plans, so we'll see when they get here. So this morning I'm continuing on with emptying this tub of used parts. The aim is to get this completely empty this morning or throughout the day, and that'll be another tub that can be disposed of, and we'll need to go and pick up some more from the container. I am expecting, as I said yesterday, some new sets to arrive, and once they get here I'll be looking at those, at least to get the figures onto eBay, and I'll show you what I've got when they get here. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue uploading some of these parts, and next up is probably going to be to separate out these clips and get those counted and added to the store. Well, the tub is now clear, and we can dispose of that or take it back to the container, and that has added a further, well, almost 2,500 parts to the store in 91 lots. I don't know how many of these are existing lots, so we'll find that out when we go to upload. Not a lot of value, only about £70 worth. So I'm going to get that uploaded probably in a little while. I'm not sure now whether to work through some of the minifigure stuff, which we've still got piled up around here, or I have got a bit of a mess and a bit of a few leftovers in terms of new sets that need parting out. And given that I've got some deliveries on the way, unfortunately they're not coming today now, which was a bit of a disappointment and a bit of a letdown. Just Hermes messing us up with the delivery. So I think I'll get these uploaded, and then we'll figure out what I'm going to do next. So I've decided to work through some odd sets. So this is an odd Harry Potter set, 76386, and I noticed that this still has the gold Harry Potter minifig in there as well. So I'm not sure what that's selling for these days, but we'll look at getting that listed on eBay along with the other minifigs, and we'll just get the rest parted out and added to the store. Always a pain doing individual sets like this. especially ones like this that look like they've been opened. Well, they have been opened, which means that something's bound to have been taken out of here. This was opened by the brick pickers, so this was something that came with the store acquisition, and been sat around for a long time waiting for someone to deal with it. So I'm going to get on with it and get it out of the way. So I've finished putting away all of the set. I've got a few loose items left over that I've just put in one drawer rather than taking up lots of space. And interestingly, the only thing that was missing was this hairpiece. So they'd obviously opened the set because they were missing a hairpiece. Maybe they needed it to complete a figure even, or just to fulfill an order. And they'd taken that out, and everything else was there, including all the minifigures, etc. So I've added the gold Harry Potter minifigure to eBay. The rest of it I'm going to throw up onto the store. Now I need to adjust the prices a little bit. Not bearing in mind I've taken out the gold minifigure. It's coming in at about £25 for the set. As I've said earlier, a bit of a pain doing one set on its own, but it needs to be done. It's midday on Thursday, and I didn't need to rush with orders today because as always on a Thursday there is a late post, so I can post late on the afternoon. Now, I've been doing a few other things this morning, and in fact I've just gotten off a one-on-one consulting call. Those are the paid calls that I offer to any individual who's interested in various Bricklink topics. In this case it was another Australian seller who'd been running a store for a few weeks, and just, you know, wanted me to check over shipping options and have a chat through various other aspects and brick store and brick freedom and one thing and another. So it was a good chat anyway. Spent an hour talking through with them, and feedback was good as always, that it was really worthwhile to them. So anyway, now I need to get these packed up and ready for the post. So in fact this order is a collection order, so I've got this picked and I'll get it packed, but it's not actually being collected until Sunday. And then we've got some modest orders going out here, some radar dishes, some wheels. This was the biggest order for the day, about £60 worth of parts going out there. And then we've got this hemisphere of the Death Star that was out quite some time ago now, and that sold for £4.95. Then we've got this snub fighter pilot, which has literally just come in on eBay, going out for £9.95. Now on top of that, today I've received 2 boxes. These are from a guy that I've used several times, who were able to get some cheapish deals. So I managed to pick up some of these Ninjago sets, 71790. I can't remember how many of them there are. I think there's 5 of those, maybe 7 actually of those, I think. So those were £12 each. And then in here, if I can find the manuals, we've got a few different things. You've got some dreams things, and another dream set, 71454 and 71453. And another set from here, I assume that one. There's a couple of Harry Potter sets in there as well. Now all of these were £12 each, except for the Harry Potter sets that were 15. The boxes arrived a little bit worse for wear, and there's a few gaps, so I'm hoping none of the bags have escaped. So that's my next job now, is just to check that all of the bags are here for each of the sets and that I've got the right numbers, and then I can just let the guy know that everything arrived safely. It's Friday morning and I'm picking this morning's orders, and yesterday I listed some minifigures for all of the sets that I got in the mail. My process is that I get all of the minifigures onto eBay, and then I'll look at parting those sets out. Now, overnight, one of the figures has sold, and this is from 71790. So I need to go and retrieve the minifigure from the bags, because although I list them on eBay, I don't actually take them out of the sets until they sell or until I part it out. So I've gone to check the parts for the figure, and I've noticed an error in the manual, because if I look here, it's telling me that the Lloyd figure, this is the green one that has sold overnight, is in bag 2 of this set. But if I look at the parts, the Lloyd figure is all of the green parts in here, and it's in bag 1. So I've never seen that before. So I just thought I'd mention that on camera, because it's a little bit strange and a little bit unusual. So let's have a look at what we've got going out the door today. We've got an Indiana Jones figure going out on eBay. We've got that Lloyd figure I just talked about that I need to get out of the bag, and that'll be going out as well. And then all fairly modest orders this morning, various parts orders. We've got a minifig head going out there. And then just, you know, as I said, basic, modest parts orders. So I'm going to get those packed up, and then I'm probably going to start parting this lot out anyway, next as the next job. I didn't get a lot of recording done yesterday. I was doing various jobs and a bit of research on the phones for the pre-ordering for Apple's new iPhones today. And I was trying to decide the big decision whether to get the same size iPhone Pro that I've got now, or whether to go to the Max size. And I'm leaning towards the Max, and as it happens, I'm still not 100% sure, so I'm probably going to order both. In fact, I've got 4 phones in my basket at the moment, and probably going to get them ordered at 1 o'clock today. Those 4 phones are across 3 people, but we'll get those ordered and look forward to them being released next week. We're starting the rest of the work day with a part out, and I've just parted out 3 of these Harry Potter sets, 76411, and I went for this set partly because of the colours and the parts in the set, but also it's a fairly low number for me to part out, and I'll leave the bigger ones for my helper to do, and that means I can get these done and get on with some other things at the same time. Now, this is about 1,000 parts, and it's going to be worth about £138. Now, I paid £45 for the 3 sets, so that's not a bad return, and they're all pretty decent parts, so the majority of these are going to sell pretty easily and pretty quickly, I think. Okay, so iPhones are ordered, time to crack on and get a bit more work done. I've got a bit of a problem here because one of the items I've ordered isn't showing for some reason, but I'll figure that out and worry about that a little later. I think for this afternoon, something to sort of wind down on a little bit, I think I'm going to do some more sorting of heads. The heads are one of those things that I just keep chipping away at, and I need to get them sorted into types. So here, for instance, I think these are all female heads. Others I've got sort of glasses and beards and things like that. But as you can see, there's plenty to be getting on and sorting here. So I'm going to do an hour or two of this. And it may be that I don't even get these listed particularly, but just getting them sorted into sort of categories and grouping duplicates together, etc., to make it easier when I do come to list them is just as important. So I've got all of the heads categorized into several different categories. We've got the female heads here, heads with eyewear, so glasses, etc. I've broken various colours out, so we've got black ones, then we've got sort of oranges, reds, greens, etc. We've got friends heads, we've got like nugget heads, and we've got beards on the go. And then what I'm going to be doing is bagging them up into the various categories. And at the same time, I've just started listing a few. Not many on the go at the minute, just 18 lots so far. And we've got 104 for about £31. So you can see value wise that they really start to creep up in value when you start adding lots and lots of heads. I had a bunch of the classic heads, particularly with the solid stud. I had 20 or so of those, although they did have a bit of play wear on them, obviously given their age. So I've made a note that the print's fine on them, but that there is some play wear. And then I've got a bunch over here that I'm going to be not listing, putting them aside, and I'll probably throw them on eBay or something eventually. I've got a ton of minifig parts elsewhere with similar damage that someone might be able to make use of, but they're no good to me for resale.